Hey y'all.
Oh, hi.
So we're probably won't, it's not gonna be like a podcast, but it's gonna be like a short little discussion. Lately a lot around us has happened, and we've realized that there has been a lot of, through the month of June, which if you don't know, it is Pride Month. So that, okay, so like, obviously as Christians, we do not support that. And we've realized a lot recently that
there are a lot of people that I would say we still love people that are gonna be gay.
Yeah, love the sinner, not the sin.
Like, I would never say anything mean to someone that was gay, but that doesn't mean I support that I think they should be. But anyhow, people who are like taking like the Bible out of context and saying things like that it's okay to be gay and the Bible doesn't say anything there's anything wrong with homosexuality or like using other verses to say that like these verses actually support it.
Yeah, so
when there are no verses in the Bible that support homosexuality at all.
People are saying that they're not saying it about homosexuality. They're saying it about like rape and stuff like that. And no, it does say in the Bible homosexuality is a sin. It is a sin, and it is against the Bible. It is man and woman. It is not man and man. It's not a woman and woman, and it's not.
You can't change your gender.
Exactly. You can't. The way you are born is the way you're meant to be. And it is actually my sister I think posted something about. I don't know if you read it. It was on Instagram.
I think I did.
That it was a Paul. I don't know. But that was like he states it. And he's like it is a sin.
I think it's Paul.
He doesn't struggle with it, but he knows people do struggle with it. And that he's not saying that nobody should, but people do, and that, am I saying this right? Okay.
I think you're on the right vein.
Yeah, and it's like, but denying it, and denying that, that sinful call that the devil is calling you to.
You can, I know people are like, you can choose if a person was wanting to be gay, and they're a Christian, they can choose with like the Lord's help to not be gay and to not do that. And also I think there's definitely, it does bother me, I would say, definitely, when I see people that are like professing Christians and they're saying that like they are super Christian and they're in the world, whatever, but then they're like coming out as gay or whatever, or just anyone, or they're supporting people and supporting by like supporting, not like loving them even if they are, but supporting like good for you, that's a good thing, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a difference because like people have come out, and have said, well, I'm gay now, and I'm just like, I do not support that, I do not agree with that, and it is wrong, but I still love you for who you are and for who God made you and how he made you. And obviously some people just do it for attention, everybody has different reasons, but I don't think that there's no way of saying the Bible says it's okay. And that needs to be brought up.
People need to not twist it, because I feel like people are twisting it too much that the Bible says it's okay. There's nowhere where it does. The Bible literally says it's not okay. And I don't know,
it's a sin. And I don't know. I'm just trying to like...
And I feel like it is, I'm sure it's hard for some people to accept that, especially if they haven't been Christians for very long and they're having to like come to terms with that. That's like different. But I'm just saying, like, if you are a professing Christian,
you can't profess the Bible and say you're a Christian,
a hypocrite,
and then be gay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can state that you struggle with that, and you can state that you struggle with homosexuality, but you can't give into it. Does that make
it does, because like you can like, because I guess there are some people where the like the devil like does lead them to just like any other sin, and that's the thing, it's just like any other sin, it's still really bad, but also all sins are like really the same amount.
God looks at all sins on the same level. There's no like, oh well, you lied down here and you killed somebody up here. They're touching. It's the same.
And that's why you can't just, that's the thing with sin, is you can't just do little sins like and be like, well, that's okay, because it literally says in the Bible, and I know this is kind of off topic, but whatever, it's fine. It's if you look at your brother the wrong way, you might as well have poked his eye out or something.
Or
like if you like look at like for like men, if you look at a woman lustfully, or like for women, if you look at a man lustfully, you might as well have committed adultery. It's the same thing.
Pulling out the Bible right here. Like, it is the truth, and it is in something that my church said in church today. My pastor said, and he was like, being a Christian is not to be. It's not to make yourself happy, and just it's not fun.
Exactly.
It's not. It's hard.
You're
work.
gonna
Like,
have
you work
yes,
at
you're
it.
gonna have
But-
great moments, but
It gives you everlasting joy. Christianity, God gives you joy that nothing else can give you. You might not be the happiest person in the world, but you are joyful, and that's something. They're very different.
yes,
But people
it's
throw them around. They're the
joy.
same.
You can be joyful in your suffering, and you're not gonna be happy necessarily. But if you're joyful and you have that everlasting peace, and really also knowing that you would have that everlasting life if you've accepted Christ as your Savior, it's like you know that right now you might be struggling, but you know that the Lord still loves you and He will forgive you. If, say, you did mess up, the Lord's gonna forgive you. And
Everybody has their own path, and everybody has their own struggles.
yes.
And just the fact that we have a whole month dedicated to this sin, is sad. Honestly,
It
as
really is,
Christians,
'cause it's
it's just like. Does that mean we should have a month for like lying? Like, no. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or like make
No.
a joke of it, but like it's the same thing.
It is, and I think that's something people really do forget about, is it's all these sins, even if you're, like, it's just as bad. Like, little things are just as bad as big homosexuality, say. So, like, people need to stop. I think we also, as Christians, I do think that we honestly, we kind of try to, like, I don't want to say skirt around it, but, like, not talk, but, like, we
I
try
would
to
say
be, like,
in church, I would say those are one of the subjects that is very lightly touched on, and I would love to go to a sermon one day where it literally touches hardcore on homosexuality because it is a big sin, and I feel like most of the Christian mass disagrees with it. It does not believe in it, but they're scared to touch on it.
exactly.
We
It's
can
like,
touch on lying.
we
but,
also
like,
need to remember that with the Lord as our Savior and backing us up, because the Lord is backing us up, is that the Lord's backing, and no matter what people say about us, no matter what people say, oh, well, I don't agree with you, to be honest, I don't necessarily want everyone in America that's super liberal to agree with my opinion, because then I would say my opinion probably isn't the best Christian viewed opinion if everyone's agreeing with it. And so, like, just because everyone's agreeing that gay, it's all right, well, I don't think it is. And I think Christians need to have more of a stand on it, because I feel like as Christians, we tend to normalize it and be like, oh, well, they're just gay. But it's like, it is a problem, and
yeah, and just like, we love everyone, and that is something that like people don't understand is like, if you don't support me, you don't love me. I love you, but I don't support you. I don't agree with what you're doing. Like I've been in Bible studies before, and I've tried to use this as thing, and they're like, you can't say that because that's just, and I'm like, which like I still love the people who kill people. Like, I still love murderers, but I don't support it. Like, no,
we're not like, oh my gosh, go murder someone.
But like,
But
I
we're not
still
gonna
love
go-
you, and I still care about you. I still don't want you to get murdered.
You are
but
still, even though you are gay, whatever, your value is still just as much as anyone that isn't. To God, and it should be to all human beings, we should all value, just like abortion. Sorry, we're just veering off here.
You know what? Why don't we just make this into a podcast episode? Hey, y'all!
Literally, it's just like, if you're gay, your soul and everything, you matter just as much as that unborn baby does, just as much as we do, and we're just random teenage girls. And that's something I feel like we still value you, and I would never say, oh, you should treat someone who is gay less than anyone else.
Yeah.
You should never. That is just then, and like we said, how sins are very similar. If you treat someone who is gay really terribly because you don't agree with them,
That's
I don't agree
your
with
brother,
them,
and
that's just as bad as you being gay. Not saying, but like, you know what I'm saying? You're still sinning to the same extent that they are, so there is no point of you making it worse. Instead, you should try to actually, encourage them not to be necessarily, but you should definitely not sin to think you're making them not. They're not going to stop being gay just because you're mean to them. That's not going to help them at all.
They're going to look at Christians as hateful people because they believe this random book that was supposedly wrote, however long ago, they believe it, and it's making them mean. No, that's not how people should look at Christianity. They should look at it that we are loving people, that we are people
and that's the thing.
Who just want to show you good and show you how to become the best you can be and to show love.
And that's,
I think
we touched on some of our topics,
I don't know. We were excited to make it to this podcast episode.
Me and Jada were we're going to make it short. Yeah, it's going to be 60 seconds long.
Yeah, I know. It's 10-minute video. That's okay, y'all. This is why we were here. We're two little teenage girls over here. They're just let's start a YouTube channel and let's see where it can go. But we want it to be Christian based. We want it to be we were both raised in Christian households. Very, I would say, conservative. I would say,
not agreeing with neither of our families.
And both of us are very set in our ways. My dad has always told me is he doesn't care what college I go to because I'm trying to look into that. We both are. He doesn't care because he knows the way I am is that you can tell me this over and over and over again that the sin is good, it's fine. But I don't believe it, then that's the way I am. And you can't change my ways.
Yeah, just because, and that's something I think, yes, obviously the people you surround, we're just going off into topic after topic. The people you surround yourself with are going to affect your life, I do agree. But at the same time, it is very good as a Christian. I'm not saying be set in your ways where you don't listen to other people, but being set in your ways where you know what values you support and you know what values you don't, and you're not willing to budge on things that you know are wrong.
Liberty.
For dog.
Sorry. But I don't know. It was I think that's a lot lately. It's just I see so much stuff over and over and over again about how Christianity, we shove it down people's throat. We force it on them. We do not. I don't think of one circumstance where I've been do you read the Bible every day?
I would say that honestly, in America nowadays, what's more forced is a more liberal ideal is what's getting forced. I don't go in there's no Christian month. There's no month where half of a store is rainbow flags. There are, no. But what I'm saying is there are, but there's no month for, and also, not saying there's no month, but also just there's no, America currently, we don't celebrate having God in our, everyone is saying we need to take God out of the school system. I mean, they're literally teaching.
We need to stop saying "in God we must" on our dollar bills. I'm if you read the commandment, not the commandments, that's the bit. Oh my gosh.
Constitution, and they're people want to change that just because they don't want, but yet they're trying to press other values. They're trying to press. I'm not saying they're trying to press other religions more, but more not religions.
Yeah, people are trying to force, I would say, more atheism and more just things that
I think a lot of things that we're struggling, in America, I think the struggle is also everyone is really just trying to push, you're only here for a little bit, live your life however you want to, you have no consequences.
You do have consequences. With the whole, your body, your choice, your life, your just whatever. Oh, I'm no, it's because it affects the way you live. It does affect other people, and even I feel everybody can agree with that. If I am a rude person, people they're not going to be oh, it's fine because that's how she wants to live. No, it does affect other people.
But if you are gay or if you want to be your little 10-year-old girl wants to be a boy, everyone's yeah, go ahead, go be a boy, go change your gender. But that
affects her and affects her life in the long run.
Yeah, she could be 30 and be wow, I wish I could have kids, but I can't now because I literally have
you're heads off the camera.
Gender affirming surgery, so then can't even be a girl anymore. That is ridiculous. That is so stupid.
I do understand trying to find who you are, but not in that sense of am I a boy or am I a girl?
You find you're the gender you were born. That's there is a 0.0% chance that some people where it's like they were twins and they have like both sets of like stuff. That is not all the people that are trying to become another gender. That is a medical condition. It is not a medical condition that your 12-year-old girl feels like she's a tomboy, so she wants to change her gender. That is ridiculous.
Okay, if we're going from the 10-year-old, as a parent, as the legal guardian of your child, the person you carry this child or you adopted this child, you are given the choice to raise a child to be the best person they can be.
Mm-hmm.
So you letting them decide everything they want to do is wrong. As a 10-year-old, they do not know what they want. They just want to play with Barbies or they want to play with trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're a 10-year-old girl playing with a truck, doesn't mean you're a boy.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you should be a boy.
Just because
That's
it's a
just when you're
10-year-old
joy.
boy that has
They don't
sisters
know.
and he wants to play with he plays with his sister's Barbies.
Exactly.
That does not mean he should go start dressing like a girl. Like, I had a neighbor, and like he used to like, me and his sister used to like dress him up in little Barbie dresses, but he wasn't like, I want to go become a girl. It was just like dress up. It was, we were like 7 years old. That was okay.
Yeah, my siblings are 4 and 5 years older than me, and when we lived in Ohio, my brother's best friend was his same age, so he, like, I don't know, I was like probably like 6 and they were probably like 10. We would, because his friend, he was tiny, he was just very petite, so was my brother. We would dress them up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because
it's not,
it was funny. It was, and at that age, I didn't know what being gay was.
Exactly.
My parents, I feel like your parents probably did too.
Yeah.
Hiding that until you were the right age.
And that's honestly something I think, another controversial opinion, I think that you should shelter your children. Because I don't think my parents, like, I didn't really know what it was. Also just because I wasn't around people that were gay.
Yeah.
And it was really more until, like, honestly, I don't think I really knew what it was until, like, I feel like more recently Pride Month has become like a big thing.
Yeah,
and honestly,
same.
that's probably when
it was like
it
probably
was
like
when I was
2020, 2022, around there was when you really realized it, because that's when TikTok became a thing and it became.
And also, I think like
the whole.
Whenever like gay marriage was legal, I don't actually know when that was legalized, but when it was actually like when it started to come up in like TV shows, and it was like, wait. This was like a kid's show. Why are there 2 moms? And then I was
I have you seen this one video? It's all over. It's not all over Instagram. I've seen it on Instagram, and it's this little show with this little bison saying, "I identify." It's a challenge show.
Oh, it's the one on Netflix. Yes.
Is it on Netflix? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like, you calling me a she hurts my feelings because I don't identify that. I identify as they. Bam. I'm like number one.
No, babe.
Number one. If we can't stop putting gay stuff and stuff, put it in adult shows. Put it in shows for 20-year-olds
Also, I
who
think
know what it is, who
why-
understands it, who does not support it, and knows that they're not going to give into it. Do not put it in a show for a 2-year-old.
Also, why are
it's not
we,
that hard.
if we're going to be putting that, why is it so, like, why do we have, honestly, personally, I think with, like, kids television, I mean, personally, when I have kids, I will want my kids to watch more, like, Christian actual shows and stuff. But I personally think that these shows, I don't think they should be pushing any ideal, you know?
Yeah,
I don't think they should be pushing necessarily Christianity, because then, hey, they can still have good values without pushing Christianity down people's throat. Like people say, oh, it's getting.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I don't want a gay agenda getting pushed down my kid's throat either.
So if we're going to make kid shows, then we're going to kid shows. We're all over the place. It's pretty, okay, we're just going to make this Pride, like Pride Month value.
This is our thoughts.
Pride Month value, no.
No, these are our thoughts on really just Pride Month and the general thoughts around it.
But like, if we're gonna make kid shows, okay, let's just start it with, like, okay, I watched My Little Pony growing up. She was not allowed. Her grandpa said it was too sassy, and her parents were like, okay.
My mom said it was too sassy.
But I watched that growing up, and it was a little sassy. But you know, the way I turn out, I'm sassy. It's fine. But they did not push anything really. There was no Christianity. There was no this. It was magic. It was just fun. It was humorous.
And that's why I feel like most kids shows
And that's
work.
what it should be. And I watched Ninjago. I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I watched My Little Pony, Littlest Pet Shop. So that, what is it, TLC channel? I think it's TLC. Is that what it's named?
TLC is like the one that has like My 1,000-Pound Life and stuff.
I think it is that though. It's like
Okay. What show did you watch on it?
My Little Pony.
I
all
don't
those
know
pretty
if
much.
it's TLC then, because I'm pretty sure that's the one where it's like.
No, My Little Pony and
TLC is the reality TV show
channel.
maybe kinda.
Well, My Little Pony and A Little Pet Shop. What were they on? I don't know. We're gonna look it up. Sorry. Now it's gonna annoy me.
Okay, so y'all, I have like no room on my little stool. I don't know like what's going on with this video.
I know, right?
Not sure, but I should just look that up. Okay.
Is
What else do we want to talk about? Because like this is
I
like
don't know.
20 minutes long. We should have done it sideways so then it wasn't like. Because it's gonna be a long form video. Anyhow, okay.
That's okay. That's okay. My Little Pony and what did I say? Littlest Pet Shop.
Yeah. Oh, I had all the Littlest. I had like a lot of Littlest Pet Shop kids.
I did too.
I used to trade them with my friends.
This was a Hasbro. What TV was it? Was it? Did Hasbro have their own channel?
I don't know.
MLP. No,
I watched like old
I don't
people TV shows when I was little. I watched like Little House on the Prairie and like
deleted memory.
that stuff.
I watched like Duck Dynasty. I have a Duck Dynasty t-shirt with Sai on it that says Sai is my role model, and I'm just like, he is, you know? What a better role model. But okay, I think that's really it. But like, let's go back to the beginning. It was
You can't be a professing Christian and be gay. We don't support
period.
people who are gay, but we still love them. We don't think they should be, but we still love them. We will never hate them. We would never show them hate or say anything to their face like, I hate that you are. I would never say that.
Yeah,
We still
love you.
them.
Don't support you. There's a difference between you can love somebody and not support them.
Exactly.
Period. That's the whole topic. That's what we're gonna do, man. You can love them without. You can. Yep. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye.